Sorry. So let's go to conclusion. We're going to talk about conclusion. A conclusion also differs other paragraph patterns, such as the body paragraphs, in that it is in fact the repetition and summary of what has been said before. But remember that it is the conclusion the readers are looking for and carry away with them. So it should be written carefully and thought-provokingly. Thought-provokingly, it means it may cause a lot of thought afterwards. It means after the reader has completed reading your essay, they should go away with some new ideas or some new facts or some new opinion about what you were talking about. Okay, so it usually includes three main parts. The first part is the restatement. The first part is the restatement of the thesis statement, which is stated in other words than what has been written in the introduction. Summary of the body paragraphs, which includes all the main points mentioned in the whole essay. And at the end, you will have a cliche, which is a closing statement. It should be something the readers will remember and sleep on. Sometimes a cliche is a reference to the motivator or the opening of the whole essay. It can also be a quotation, a question, a maxim, a paradoxical or remarkable statement, or a simple conclusion or solution. So conclusion is also very important, and it is different from body paragraphs because it doesn't contain a separate topic sentence or some supporting ideas. It is just repeating and summarizing the whole fact that you've been talking about in your essay. So usually it includes some some restatement of a thesis statement. It means just you reword your thesis statement and say it again, in other words. Then sometimes you summarize the body paragraphs, or you just point the main points that you have been talking about. And then you will have a clean share, which is the ending. You put an ending to your essay. So let's have an example in order to clarify the whole point, the whole idea. I'm going to read an essay, and you're going to tell me the different parts that we have in this essay, okay? Let me just use a pen or a highlighter. The pen is enough. So, outer space challenges. So that's the title of the essay. We're going to talk about the challenges of the people who are just traveling to outer space, okay? This is the motivator. This is the opener. This is what we call hook, okay? Throughout humans' history, the physical universe has often presented dangers to explorers. For example, when primitive humans left their tribal villages to search for food and water, they risked death or injury from dangerous animals. Later, when people sailed the oceans in search of new lands for settlement or trade, many died in terrible storms. Similarly, the ocean of outer space has many dangers, but it also has several unique challenges for explorers, such as the vacuum environment, meteors, and water. Okay? So, what is the thesis statement here?
The first one.
The first one?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
because
It could be, sorry,
Yes.
it could be a thesis.
Which one?
The second one?
The second
No, it's
one?
an example.
This is just an example.
The third one, I think.
Pardon?
The third one, I think.
The third one? Why?
it's first it's global statement, and after that it's explanation where people have challenges,
Mhm.
in which ways, in which
That's right. So, which one is a thesis statement? It
Okay.
carries the main idea of the whole essay.
I think the 4.
Yeah, thank you. I have just made it red for everybody.
yeah.
Yes, this is a thesis statement. That's why I just changed the color to red. So this is what we are going to talk about. The other sentences, number 1, 2, 3, are all some explanations narrowing down to this main point we are talking about. So it starts with a general statement on the top, the first statement. Throughout human history, the physical universe. It doesn't talk about the outer space. Physical universe often presented dangers to explorers. Then it gives some examples of those physical universe dangers. And then we have gone later when people say to the oceans, this is not also our topic. But we are talking about the oceans. And it is comparing it with the ocean of outer space. Okay? So in number 4, we are stating the main idea. Similarly, it means similar to all those dangers, the ocean of outer space has many dangers. This is the main idea, but it also has several unique challenges for explorers. So we're talking about the unique challenges that it poses to explorers, such as the vacuum. This is the blueprint we were talking about. The vacuum environment, meteors, and water. So these 3 points, that's what we're going to elaborate and explain more in the rest of the essay. Clear?
It should be based on the name of this essay.
Of course. That's what you're going to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. So the main idea is that the outer space causes unique challenges for explorers. And these are the 3 challenges that we are going to talk about. First, the vacuum environment. You know vacuum environment?
Yeah.
That means the environment
Without any air.
air, without atmosphere. Meteors, you know meteors? Those stones in the space that are moving.
Okay.
They're called meteors. And water. So let's go to the first paragraph. So what do you think we will see in the first paragraph?
I don't understand why water.
Okay, we will talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we will read. That's why it is more interesting for people when they're reading. You just pop up with a question. You pop up with some questions. Why water? Okay. So what do you think we will have in the first body paragraph? We will talk about vacuum environment. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to the first body paragraph. One of the challenges that is unique to space is the fact that a space is a vacuum, which is a risk for various reasons. First, in a vacuum, there is no atmosphere and therefore no air. Without air, the human body has no oxygen to sustain. After a few minutes without oxygen, a person would lose consciousness and eventually die. Also, in a vacuum, a person's blood will gradually begin to boil. Finally, without an atmosphere, the rays of the sun can cause radiation poisoning. Okay, so what is the topic sentence in this paragraph?
It's about the vacuum environment.
No, what is the topic sentence in this paragraph?
I think it's first,
Many dangers, but it's also
without air, nobody has no oxygen to sustain.
About the challenge and the unique challenge.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I know. But what is the topic sentence? You can give me
Topic
just
sentence
numbers,
blue.
5,
Blue.
6, 7,
The
8,
sixth
9,
one,
10.
the sixth one, it would be great for the first.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, as though in a vacuum there is no atmosphere and therefore no air, and you can describe by another sentences.
Farzad, I have made it blue. This is the
Oh,
topic
that's right.
sentence.
Blue.
Yes.
Blue.
Five, yeah, I said
This is the topic
I thought
sentence.
5.
This is the topic sentence. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
this is the first point that we are going to talk about. It gives you the idea that we are going to explore in the whole paragraph. Okay? In this paragraph, actually.
Yes.
So here in the topic sentence, we are repeating one of the challenges that is unique to space. It means the topic that we are talking about, the topic that we are going to talk about. Your internet connection is unstable. Okay, sorry. So is the fact that the space is a vacuum, which is a risk for various reasons. So this is the first challenge, is a vacuum. It's a vacuum, and that's what we talked about in the blueprint. So the first challenge is vacuum, is discussed in the first topic, the first body paragraph. Then the rest of the sentences are supporting this idea, are supporting this topic sentence. Okay. So here we give reasons why vacuum is a challenge. First of all, there's no atmosphere. This is the first reason. You see, do you want me to do it in a different color? Okay, let me do it in a different color. This is the first reason. Okay. And first of all, in a vacuum, there is no atmosphere and therefore no air. Without air, human body has no oxygen to sustain. After a few minutes, this is all explanation why is it a challenge for human being. A person would lose consciousness and eventually die. So the whole thing from 6 to 8 is explaining why vacuum is a challenge to human body. The second one also, so we have a transition and we move on to the second reason. In a vacuum, a person's blood will gradually begin to boil. So this is what he thinks. The person's blood starts to boil. This is the second reason. And the last reason, finally, without an atmosphere, the rays of the sun can cause radiation poisoning. So radiation poisoning is the last reason. Am I clear?
Yes. Yes.
So in this paragraph, we've got a topic sentence. I cannot find the cursor. Where is my cursor? Hello? Yeah, okay, I found it. Yeah, so we've got a topic sentence. This is a topic sentence. I cannot write here. Topic.
Yeah.
Sentence. Wow. This is the topic sentence. And the rest of the sentences from 6 to 10, they're all supporting this topic sentence. And this first paragraph is actually supporting this thesis statement. This thesis statement. Okay?
Okay.
Clear? Let's move on.